Let's take a look at what's making news in the People Daily. And in the headline, big names miss out on EALA jobs. Just a story that has just been mentioned. And some of the names are the Kanu National Chairman who dropped out. That is Gideon Moe. We have Elizabeth Ongoro, former Kasarani MP. Amos Wako, that's the former senator. We have Asman Kamama, the former Tieti MP. Moses Olesakuda, who was in the original list and his name was dropped out. Simon Bugwa, former EALA MP, misses out again after missing out on in Starehe. We have Naomi Shaban, had applied but her name was left out in the final 16 names. And Nick Salat, the Kanu Secretary General, had set eyes on the seat but was left out. And the task that remains for the president and the former premier is that out of the 9 slots up for grabs, President Ruto is facing a task of knocking off 10 allies from the 15 applicants who are seeking to fill the position. And the Azimio leader will have to kick out 8 names of the 12 submitted. So this is what is happening there. To another story, George Kinoti forced us to charge Gachagua, that is the DP top officer, says this is a top officer who was confessing this during an investigation, saying that that they were coerced to do this because under pressure, and explaining that adopting the affidavit, the officer who had been summoned by the court also indicated that at the time of arresting and charging, investigations into the alleged graft and economic crimes had not been concluded. So the lawyer of the DP says that the 6 corruption charges mounted against his client were politically instigated by the previous administration in an attempt to taint him. On matters of health, in county, we have the county government of Muranga kicking out registration of beneficiaries of the medical insurance scheme dubbed Kangata Care. The program is set to benefit 20,000 households who will receive free medical services in public hospitals, and it covers a targeted population. These are people living with disabilities, terminal illnesses, orphaned, and the elderly. Lastly, on matters sports, we have Africa's heartbreak. If you are a supporter of Senegal, well, this might be a bit heartbreaking because Senegal's Sadio Mane had reportedly been ruled out of the World Cup after limping off during Bayern Munich's clash against Werder Bremen with a tendon injury. So he might not be participating in the World Cup, but we wait to see if things will change. To you, Marie.
In the front page of the Standard, we have that story. And after failing to get key positions in government, President William Ruto's allies and that of Raila Odinga cronies are taking out for slots in the regional parliament. That is what the Standard is saying. The slots are few, but the names are many. So the headache will be how best to appoint the people there and hopefully not please everybody. So among the names that ODM has fronted, or at least Azimio La Umoja has fronted, is Kennedy Kalonzo. There's Winnie Odinga, Kanini Kega, there's Jeremiah Kioni, Fatuma Gedi, and Suleiman Shabal, fronted there to be nominated to the East African Legislative Assembly. Other names are Hassan Omar, Justice Kizito, David Sankok, Timothy Basire, also hoping to get a slot in the EALA. In the front page also we have Freedom knocks for Gachagua as DPP withdraws case. Just as I mentioned in the news that today the Anti-Corruption Court will be making a ruling on whether that particular case against the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua should be dropped. That is the 7.3 million corruption case that has been leveled against the Deputy President. And the ODPP has been pushing for that case to be dismissed, saying that there's no evidence to go ahead with the case to trial, that is. Again, page 4 of the Standard, still fresh headache for Ruto and Raila as allies seek EALA posts. So that also is still being covered there on page 4. House to vet regional assembly nominees. So the committee is yet to be set up, or is being set up to vet the nominees to the EALA to the East African Legislative Assembly. The 14-member panel, comprising 7 members from either house, will hold its inaugural meetings to set the grounds for the vetting exercise. Already with the Makueni Senator Dan Manzo and Kipipiri MP Wamjiku Muhia being appointed as co-chairs. So that story is in the Standard. Parliament approves Koome as new Inspector General of Police. So that was done yesterday. It is actually being highlighted here in the Standard. Page 5, Koome takes over from Hilary Mutyambai, who proceeded on leave citing medical reasons. So that's more being covered in the Standard. You can get a copy of that and get to understand more on that. So I'm told to take a break right now, but we'll be back with more in just a moment.